Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm the Missing Sock. Welcome back for more Grand Theft Auto 5 Online. And today we're going to talk about returning player rewards. Yeah, so it's a topic we haven't covered yet, and a topic that's kind of become old and changed, and become new again. So it's worth talking about. A lot of people have out-of-date information or don't know about it, so I thought we'd cover it, because I've ran into a lot of players that seem very confused about it, or don't know about it at all. So, thought we'd cover that today. Alright, while I'm waiting for some sales to be done. Alright, so a couple of returning player rewards around me here. I got the Duke of Death. That just came out recently, for Grand Theft Auto Online anyway. And the Dodo Seaplane here, the Mammoth Dodo Seaplane, right there. That's kind of a cool toy. And so I've had access to that for a while now. It was $500,000, so $500,000 for one of these. And it was always on my to-do list, because it's such a unique, kind of fun vehicle, right? It's a, a boat plane. Anyway, so a little while ago, this is some of the new information. As of springtime, as of April 2000, springtime in 2017, Rockstar has unlocked all the returning player rewards for all players. However, that said, returning players get it for free, which actually saves millions of dollars, so I thought you guys might be interested. And otherwise, people can buy them. Everyone can buy them right now. And that's the same for the Collector's Edition. So there was also a Collector's Edition of the game, and things like the Hot Knife are now available to everyone. So for the collectors, though, they get it free, and all of us can buy the Hot Knife for, I think, for around $60,000. So I just thought I'd throw that in there because that's also unlocked around the same time. So some old content that's kind of new to everybody. All right. So returning player rewards. I wanted to talk about that because a lot of people seem to have some myths about it right now. Some people think it's canceled. It is not canceled. So it's still going on right now to this very day. So lots of new players, or returning players, are coming back to this very day. Lots of people played it on the console a couple years ago, let's say, and they put it down, and now they're picking it up on a new version, say on the computer or on their new PS4 or Xbox One, and they're playing again. And some of these people don't even know that they're a returning player, that they're eligible for the returning player rewards. So we'll get to that in a moment here, too. I'm going to tell you guys how to get the returning player rewards, and this is a legitimate way. This is by Rockstar's rules, so this is not a cheat or any kind of glitch or trick or anything like that. This is the way you're supposed to do it. Although, you can play the game as much as you want, but this is the simplest way to get the returning player rewards. And if it doesn't help you out right now, well, hopefully you don't shoot the messenger, me. Hopefully it'll help you out in the future. Maybe you'll know some players that can benefit from it. Maybe you'll keep your eyes open and ears open for a situation where you can do what I'm going to tell you about. And maybe it'll help you out then. So for starters, so some people also think that you needed to have played GTAOnline on the old consoles, and they are wrong. So that's one of the other common myths that I ran into myself. You do not need to play GTAOnline on the old consoles. So the only thing you need to become eligible for returning players is that you have played on the old console, so a PS3 or an Xbox 360, and it has to be on the internet. So it doesn't have to be GTAOnline like we're in here. Some people get confused about that. It just needs to be on the internet. So you'd be on an Xbox Live account, logged in on the internet, or you'd be on a PlayStation 3 with a Sony PlayStation account, logged in and on the internet. Okay, it doesn't need to be on GTAOnline, just simply on the internet. Then you would play the single player, and all you need to do is play the prologue. So that's the first mission in single player. So to remind you guys, that's where you meet Trevor and Michael and Franklin. So basically at the beginning, you do 10 years ago, you do the bank heist, and you get introduced to all that kind of stuff. Once you finish the 10 years ago bank heist between Michael and Trevor, you meet Franklin and Lamar at the beach, and the present day of Los Santos, just down the way that way. And then you repo the car with Lamar, and you race it back to Simeon's, and it kind of introduces you to driving and things like that. And then you get back to Franklin's house in his little hood there, and it introduces you to Franklin's room, and there you can save. And that's the end. So it is a bit of a long mission, the prologue. But at the end of that, you've completed the first single-player mission. And then you'd save it, and because you're on the internet, it automatically saves to your account on the internet. Okay, and that's it. That's all you really need to do. Okay, and then from there you would log into your social club account, okay, and assume that you'd have a new account now, like a PC account or a PS4 or a Xbox One account. Maybe you already do. It's okay if you already do. And if you've ever bought this stuff, or in the meantime, if you buy any of these things, Rockstar actually gives you your money back in a refund, which is pretty cool. I've actually got a refund on some of the stuff I bought a while ago, before it became available for free. So, you would then create your account, And basically, so let's say that, this, just so you guys know, this is exactly what I did. So I know how this works because this is what I did. So maybe it'll help you guys to give you a tiny bit of history. For me, I played on the Xbox 360, and I think I mentioned this to you guys before. I played it offline. I shared a console with a family member, and they played online, and they played their own game. I wasn't really interested in online or paying for a live account, because all I really wanted was the single player, and that's where most of the content was at that time. And so I played the full game on the console, offline, and I played it another halfway through on the console again before it finally became available on the new versions. And until then, I was just fine with it, because until then, that's when they started shifting to GTAOnline only. The first car was the Stinger GT, if you guys, some of you might remember, but that car became one of the first cars that was available to GTAOnline only. No more single player, just GTAOnline only, without some kind of mod or trick to get it in there. So at that point, I started becoming interested in GTAOnline. They started adding new content and exclusive content, unfortunately, to only the GTAOnline universe, right? So I got a little bitter about it, though, once I got on, that I wasn't a returning player. See, there's one of my t-shirts there, too. We'll get into that in a minute. So, you know, I thought I was a returning player. You know, it's just circumstance that I didn't get around to making a live account. I bought the game. I played it on the 360. I just never put it online. You know, why bother? So, anyway, you can do this anytime, and I know this because I have. Okay, so basically with a friend who had a PlayStation 3, I just simply created a new free Sony PlayStation account, and then I logged in on the PlayStation 3, played the prologue, saved it, and that's it. Made sure it was on the internet, and that's that. Then at that point, you log into your social club account. Okay, so for me, it was on my PC account. For you guys, it might be on the console. It doesn't matter. And you would attach your other account. So that's the same spot on your social club where you attach things like Twitter or Facebook, things like that. It's right there in the bottom left corner. I know you'll find it because it's nice and easy to find when you log into your social club account on Rockstar's website, right? And on socialclub.com, from there, you can just attach your account, whether it be an Xbox Live account or a PlayStation 3 Sony account, and you would become a returning player to this very day. So you'd log in, and in the bottom left corner it would say you're a returning player, and you'd unlock all the stuff that we're going to show you here. So I'll tell you some more details on that in a minute. So let's go through some of the stuff, and you guys can decide if you're interested. And maybe you're already eligible, and now you can attach those accounts, and you didn't know it. Maybe you can whip out your old console and get it done, or borrow a friend's, or go see a friend. All you need is that account, and you can even use their game, as I did. And away you go. All right, so let's go through some of the returning player rewards. So nowadays, you get the Dodo seaplane, like we're looking at right there. And that's $500,000, so that's free for me. So that's $500,000. And you also get the Duke of Death right here, too, which is an awesome armored car. To some people, it's the best armored car, but that's debatable. There is no best, in my opinion. It really depends on the situation and player personality. And I suppose the team, you know, this is only fits 2 people. So sometimes you want a 4-person or more armored car. So, you know, it depends on the situation a lot of times. Nonetheless, it's an awesome armored car. And it's only newly become available, I think, sometime in the springtime of 2017. So it's fairly new to the game. Even though it's new, it's been in single player for a while. So we'll go through that quickly. I'm going to mainly focus on GTAOnline, but for single player, for GTA single player, if you do the returning players like I have, you get the railgun and the hatchet. So you get a little hatchet there, I think. I'm not sure. Do I have it in here? Oh, wrong button. There we go. Should have the hatchet in here, I think, somewhere. I might have turned it off. Yeah, I turned it off in my gun loadout for my company. Oh well. Anyway, there's the hatchet. It's kind of like a little axe. And the railgun's available in the single player, not for GTAOnline. Michael gets a murder mystery, so he's got some added content. The Duke of Death has a mission, so does the Dodo seaplane, like we were talking about there. So they're introduced in the single player, and they also have a little mini side mission, too, when you find them. Okay, so a little bit of content, I guess you could say. And there's some other more events as well. There's the photo challenge for the Monkey Ballista, and there's the wildlife photo challenge, too, as well. Okay, and there's some other stuff, too, as well. But I just wanted to give you guys an idea. There is single-player stuff. It's been in there for a while now. Now, for GTAOnline, you get things like this shirt I'm wearing, the original gangster. So, yeah. And there's a bunch of ones that are just a big OG. So there's the OG ones, and I get that in black and white, the one I'm wearing right here. Okay, so there's the OG shirts. To be honest, they're really nice t-shirts, and a lot of people are always jealous of them. I was actually surprised when I learned that they're in the game, like, for returning players. It makes sense, returning players, original gangster, right? But at the same time, I thought so many people would want that t-shirt. To make it only exclusive to returning players is kind of sad, because a lot of people would love that shirt, right? Or feel that way because they played San Andreas or Vice City or all the others. Who knows? Anyway, so, yeah, moving on. There's also the Dukes. which is like the Duke of Death here. It's what it's based on, but the Duke itself, and that's 62,000. Okay, I'm going to bring up my website here, and we'll go through some of the other ones here. So, let's see. Actually, I think we'll just go through some of the quick ones here. Would be worst stock. And probably easier for me to just sort it by price, so we can go by free. And there you guys go. So there's the Duke of Death that's free, normally 665,000, as we said. Then there's the Marshall monster truck, and that's also 500,000. Okay, so right there we're talking over $1 million saved. With the Dodo, that's coming close. Like as you can see, it quickly adds up to millions of dollars saved. Now I should say that you can have more than one. So I've already got 2 Duke of Deaths. One that I put in a different spot, and I might actually put them in a couple of other spare parking spots and garages out there. So you can do it over and over. So it's not just free once; it's free as many times as you want it. Certain vehicles like the Dodo, the Mammoth Dodo, you can only have one because it's a Pegasus vehicle. But I think certain things like the Marshall, you can have actually different designs, the different flags, or many of these as well. All right, so moving on, let's go over to. Let's see, there we go. Southern San Andreas Super Autos. Sort by price, and it also comes with the returning player board, the Dinka Ballista Compact. So just so you guys know, that some of these cars aren't necessarily the best, but it's more content, more variety, and that's free. Okay, and that's a returning one. I think the new Ballista in the game is actually faster than this one, but a lot of people like the retro version. All right, there's our Imponte Dukes. That's free as well, and that's usually 62,000. Okay, the Ballista Compact, I missed that price, so it's 42,000. All right, and then we've got the Stallion, which is right here. So the Glassy Stallion, a lot of people haven't even realized that's in the game because it was locked for so long. So there is the Stallion in the game, which is kind of a classic Mustang, I should say. And that's 71,000, all right, that you're saving, or it costs. Now, if some of you guys do buy this ahead of time, you'll get your money back when you do your returning player reward later, if you ever get around to doing it. Okay. You also get the Burger Shot Stallion, which is normally 277,000. The Redwood Gauntlet, which is right here, and that's 230,000 normally. And the Pisswasser Dominator, which is right here, and that's 315,000. And I should also say, guys, we'll probably do another episode on that because I didn't really do a proper episode on that in the past. But this is still to date, much to my surprise, the fastest, and by a lot of people's standards, the best muscle car in the game. Now, I think that's debatable, like we've said before. It depends on the driver, track, and a whole lot of other things. But generally speaking, by most people's testing, this is the best muscle car in the game. And you can paint it. You can't change the liveries, but you can change the backgrounds and pearlescence and stuff, and you can make it change it to look quite a few different ways. All right. Anyway, moving on. There's also the Bravado Spunk Buffalo here, and where is that here? I'm looking down my list here because I can't see the prices anymore because now that's all free to me. I had to actually look them up. I think I actually mixed that one. I think that's another $200,000 car, give or take. And that one's also a four-person. It used to be one of the faster cars in the game that seats 4 people, because it's actually the race car version of Franklin's car from the game. All right. Surprised I missed that one. Oh well, there's always something, right? What can you do? All right. Now moving on. There is also the Kraken sub. So I'm going to pop out of here and go to Elitas. Or not to Elitas, not all the way out here. There you go, Doc T's. Okay, and there's also the Kraken sub right here, one of the added submarines. Now this one, much to my surprise, is actually $1.3 million and 25,000. So that's very expensive. So that's free for me as well. Okay, so a variety of different stuff that you get in there that way. All right. I think that's all the main stuff, guys. So, a lot of people do ask me about the returning player rewards because I've got shirts and I've got things like these available, and they're free to me. And I think I'm going to go through some of the other vehicles in the future, like got another Dukes and another Duke of Death, perhaps, and some other stuff like that. But I thought I'd tell you guys how to do that, how to get the returning player rewards. So guys, so that's all the returning players. So I wanted to show you guys some of the stuff to see if you're interested, give you an idea, break some of the myths out there that it's not canceled, just character transfers. So Rockstar transferred the ability to transfer your character from the old console to the new. But that's it. The returning players are still there, all the rewards are still there. And now they've become unlocked to everybody, but now it's free, just to recap that. And if you do buy any of that, or have already bought any of these items, you'll get your money back, which is kind of nice. Or if you know, say you know that you can go visit a cousin or a friend or something like that, a neighbor, maybe it's in a month, and you can hop on the PlayStation 3 and do what I said. Go to Sony PlayStation, create a free account, then log in on the PlayStation, playing GTA 5, play the prologue, save it, then log into your account on a computer or when you get home, whatever, and then attach that account onto your social club. Okay, you can change the password later if you want to, whatever you want. And once it's attached onto your account, you'll get the returning player rewards, and all your money will come back to you. Oh, is that a sale ready?
I don't know if you're saving up that crystal for personal consumption or because it looks pretty, but you need to sell some of it before they can make any more.
Yeah.
You get me? Okay, good. Well, JT out.
Alright guys, so that's all there is to it. So I wanted to tell you guys about that. Now I'd recommend the PlayStation 3 because it's easier and easiest, but at the same time, you know what, you might have an Xbox Live just laying around, maybe nobody's using it, maybe you can use the account for it. Some of you may have forgotten, but in some of your game packages and the DVDs and things like that, or DVD packages, whatever, the CD set package, you know what I mean. Some of those packages, if you've forgotten, quite often Xbox, Microsoft would have given you free weekends, free weeks, free months, passes for Xbox Live, so you can actually get on the internet that way. Okay, and again, you don't need to be on GTAOnline. You just need to be on the internet, unfortunately. Okay, so you might want to. So I wanted to remind people about those little coupons and vouchers because a lot of people forget that they're in the boxes and forget that they have a free week still left over. And if you have your console still laying around or a friend's, you can just whip it out and log into an account or create a free account. Or yeah, it is free on the Xbox, but you actually need to obviously pay money for the Live, unless you happen to have one of those little coupons or vouchers in an old game or something like that. Okay, now I did also want to say, I'm blocked in here, where is the way out? Yeah, we'll go down the beach. But I did also want to say that Microsoft also has free weeks sometimes. I'm sure some of you guys already know that. But on things like holiday weekends and things like that, sometimes they give free access to everybody. So you might want to keep an eye on their main site and keep your eye on an event like that if you don't want to spend any money on it. And it might become open, available, and then away you go. All right? I'm just terrible at driving and talking today. Apparently. Kept on thinking, if I had gone faster, I would have jumped over. I think that's normally what I do. Excuse me. Alright everybody, well I'm going to go and do that sale. Go make some more money and buy some more cars. Yeah, so every dollar helps, right? So I thought I'd tell you guys that, and it's a way to save some millions and a way to get some extra content. As far as I know, it's still the only way to get those t-shirts. So hopefully you guys can enjoy some of that. And it adds a little bit more content to the single player game for those of you that have already played all the single player through. You know, it's always nice to do something new. Alright, take care everybody. Hope that helps you out. Like I said, you know, maybe in the future you'll see an opportunity, if you don't already, to be able to create that, and you can add the returning player rewards and get that at any time you want. Alright, take care everybody. I'm the Missing Sock. See you again next time. Bye-bye. Ha ha ha.